Hello and welcome to Indigo Cast. I'm Indy and I'm going to read some Am I the A? Am I a little donkey hole? And hopefully you'll enjoy. If you're not already subscribed. I'm trying to get people in here. But let's not dilly dally and let's get into it. Am I the A for throwing a cup of cold water on my naked husband? Oh my goodness, what is going on here? All right, my husband has been tested for ADHD, but he doesn't have it. He has the kinds of problems that are associated with ADHD. However, he says writing lists, making a schedule, setting alarms, etc. is physically painful for him and he'd rather just deal with occasional emergencies rather than be proactive. I can't quite tell if these two lines are condescending or not. I don't have a good feeling about it. Anyway, the specific problem. He often forgets to push the shower diverter valve down. You know, the little rod on the tub faucet that you push down to make water fill the tub and pull up to make the water come out of the shower. For nearly 20 years, I have been asking him to put that down. Since I was literally a teenager, I've been asking him to push that thing down. At least twice a month, I have a very unpleasant wake up cold shower because I turn the water on and I get a cold spray from the shower, and every time he's apologetic. And then a week or two later, it happens again. He will do better for a while and then it slips again. He is always telling me that he's working on it and he hasn't been better about it lately, but somehow he's always working on it, always improving, but it never stops. Okay. 20 years and you haven't figured out, you, the person who knows that it's a problem, hasn't figured out something else. How about just you know, just a suggestion. Turn the shower head on before you walk in. That's what I do. Because the water isn't always hot in the shower head, especially if you have a wand, because it likes to hold cold water in the tube, the hose, and it's like, what the fuck? This just seems like really like this just seems really incompetent on not only the husband but the wife, right? I don't know if it's a wife. They haven't really, you know what? They haven't really specified. Could be a man. How, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a woman. But that's just guess. We got a 50-50 chance here. Or actually, you know what? The chances could be more. Regardless, doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. The person, both people, it's not looking good. Anyway, today I just had it. I stepped into the shower, turned it on, had a very cold and rude awakening. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the cup by the sink and filled it about 3 inches with cold water and walked out where he was standing naked. He had just taken off his pajamas and was going to take a shower after mine. Without warning, while he was looking down, I held the plastic cup firmly in my hand. Grasping it tightly, I jerked the motherfucker in a 45-degree angle to get the cold water all over his torso and face. I told him that his apologies were worth the paper they were written on. I was tired of listening to him congratulate himself for getting better. When I had been asking for 20 years to stop doing this, I told him I don't accept his apologies, and the fact that it's an accident does not excuse it. I told him that from now on, every time I'm taking a cold shower, so is he. That I refuse to be a second-class citizen in my own home any longer. And if he refuses to make changes to treat me better, I will instead make changes to treat him worse because I will not tolerate this any longer. Okay, so hold on. I am imagining this man is naked, okay? He's putting on his cute little, his little minion pajamas. And this person comes over with a cup of cold water and just goes, "Yeah!" Right? Ah! Meanwhile, while he's like, "Ah!" in shock from the cold water on the skin of the flesh, berating like this. And he's just like, you don't treat me better, I'm gonna treat you worse. That baby, that's not how it works. Okay? If the man don't remember, he's probably look it, if he's been doing this for 20 years, saying he's gonna try, like, you're making it sound like he's doing it maliciously. when he's just, I don't know, derpa. Some guys just don't, some people just don't catch on. They don't remember. They got a lot of other shit they're thinking about and doing and working on, and I just think it's pretty cruel. This is cruel and unusual to be like, every time I get in the shower and if I get blasted with cold water, I'm gonna come out here and blast you with the cold water. Like, an eye for an eye makes everyone blind, girl. Haven't you heard of that? Shoot. So mean. Why? Why? Maybe install a different tap and shower head. How about that? Do that. Why do you have the same shit for 20 years if it ain't working? Get something that works for both of you. It doesn't cost that much. I'm going to continue to surprise throw a cold cup of water on him every time I get a surprise cold shower. I'm tired of fucking asking / begging for basic fucking human respect, not getting it, with the implication that I have to fucking put up with this forever. So Reddit, I know I'm probably an asshole, but am I a justified asshole? Okay, here's the question. Why don't I just check myself? Why do I expect him to leave it that way I want it left? Answer, I don't expect him to leave it that way I want. What I expect for him to do is leave things the way he found them. When he walks into the bathroom, it's pushed down. That's how I leave it. So he doesn't get blasted with cold water, but he doesn't leave things the way he found them. Instead, he often leaves the last 10 or 20% of a task for me to clean up for him. Why don't I leave it the way I found it? Why don't you leave it up if he leaves it up? If I left the things the way I found them, I would live in a sty. I would also spend a great deal of energy making things messier, as I would literally be cleaning up to make the space for myself and then undoing that work to put things back as a mess. Explain your shower to me. Why are you in before the water is warm? Okay, folks, you're misunderstanding the situation. She leans in to turn the water, expecting it to come out of the spigot. Instead, shower mode is still in place and the water sprays out of the shower and onto her head. It is completely rude of the husband to not. Don't walk into the freaking bathtub before you turn the water on. Why do people do this? Put your arm in there, turn that on, and then wait until it's ready. This is so silly. And if you really want to get back at him when you're done, don't push the thing down. That's the only thing you have to do. Oh my God, this is just basic etiquette. Who cares? You'll live with this man for 20 years and you think he's going to remember after 5 years. You're just being ignorant to think that he's going to change his ways. This is silly. This is stupid. She's ignorant. You're a damn fool. And I don't feel sorry for you. You're a meanie, and you know what? Your thought process isn't processing. Go think things over for a while, okay? That's just silly, and I don't feel sorry for you. Goodbye. All right. This is a very short story. Am I the asshole for leaving dinner early after my boyfriend's friend introduced me as the current one? Okay, so my boyfriend, 31, he's already 31, and his friends are talking like this, invited me to dinner with his old college group. One of his female friends, is this the friend that said that? She's 30, who I've never met before, came late, looked me up and down, then said, "Oh, so you're the current one. Cute." I was stunned. No one laughed, no one corrected her. My boyfriend just kind of chuckled awkwardly and changed the subject. What the fuck? What? This is the current one? That's so rude and degrading, dude. I sat there in silence for another 20 minutes before excusing myself and leaving. I took an Uber home. Girl, you need to keep your dignity. You gotta walk out of there. Don't let these people first impression too. Ew, that's nasty. Why would she do that? Like, do people just not care how other people view them? Like, what the hell? He called me later and said I embarrassed him by making it he's embarrassed. What about the way she was embarrassed for making it a thing and that I should have just been chill because she didn't mean anything by it. He wants me to apologize to her for walking out, quote, like a child. Am I the asshole for not tolerating the kind of blatant disrespect? Don't tolerate it, girl. He's gonna keep disrespecting you. You better be glad you're not married to this dude, and all this stuff just suddenly starts cropping up. Honestly, how could it? You would know right away in this in this instance. No, she's not the asshole. You shouldn't have to tolerate this kind of disrespect. These people don't know you. It doesn't matter if he's had a lot of girlfriends. I feel like as a friend, you should be hopeful for his next relationship and not, denigrate them by saying, "Oh, you're the next one in line. Let's see how long she lasts." Like, rude, disrespectful to another human being, honestly dehumanizing if you think about it, like just pretty much assigning a number to her. Fucking rude. Like she's just an accessory for this man. She's just attached to him temporarily. They don't have to acknowledge her as a person. They don't have to know her name. They don't have to know anything about her because she's going to be gone in like what 6 months or something. That's what they're probably thinking. They're jerks. Somebody should have corrected her ass, but you know what? They're not good people, and he isn't either. Let's see what this person says. Most upvoted with 24,000. She was plain rude. 1. 2, he didn't say anything. 3, he was more concerned at his embarrassment than yours. Exactly. 4, perfectly reasonable response. Don't make a scene. She didn't make a scene. She sat there quietly and then she realized, you know what? This is not the place for me. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Good call. Very mindful, very demure, Damn, that's crazy. What the hell? People are freaking out of their mind. That man's gonna have a hard time looking for a woman if he's acting like that, especially with his jerk friends. Anyway, next story. All right, here we go. Another small story. Maybe juicy. Am I the asshole? My girlfriend is mad that I don't want to babysit her nephew on Father's Day. Okay, on Sunday it's Father's Day. My first Father's Day. I want to spend it alongside my girlfriend and our 7-month-old. Oh, baby, you got a little baby. However, her brother asked us to babysit his kid on that day because him and his girlfriend want to go out. Take your kid. Take your own kid. When my girlfriend asked me, I politely said no, as it's my Father's Day and I would like to spend it as a little family. She got salty and a little mad and is now being passive aggressive. Her brother doesn't like me and the feeling is mutual and we don't speak. He only talks to my girlfriend when he needs a favor. His kid is great and we've babysat him multiple times. On my girlfriend's first Mother's Day, it was just us three. I don't know why she can't do the same for me. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's totally reasonable. Like, you know what? Parents should not make plans if they haven't, pinned down a babysitter first. And if somebody says no, you should just take that as a no because they're doing it as a favor to you, especially if you're not paying these people because they're your relatives. So rude. So annoying. Somebody says, why would the brother not want to spend time with his child on Father's Day? That's like, yeah, that's fucked up. Because some parents are parents. They want title and accolades, but don't actually like having a kid. That's true. I feel like that's like, oh, we want to go out and pretend we're still an parenting couple. It's like, sorry, baby girl, baby boy, you got a little baby of your own. Suck it up. Don't be mean, and that his girlfriend should not be salty about that. Like, girl, don't you want to spend time with your man and your baby together? Like, let's show a little decorum, okay, guys? All right, next story. Am I the asshole for not helping my broke friend because she got a tattoo? Ooh. Honestly, tattoos are kind of like luxury items. You got to have money to pay for good ones. And if you cheap out, they look like you cheaped out. So let's see what this is about. One of my friends has been complaining about money a lot recently. It's gotten to the point where 2 days ago, she said that she was so broke she wasn't able to afford to eat and was skipping whole days worth of eating because she just had no food. What? What's going on? I felt sympathy because I've struggled a lot with finances. I still do a little bit, but not as badly as I used to. Since I'm doing okay enough too right now, I offered to help her out with food. I do a budgeting plan with my meals/meal prep where I use the compartment containers and I'll make 10 portions of 3 different meals every 2 weeks. I rotate the menu on what's on sale, then I put them into my deep freezer. I have ADHD and this works really well for me. I have a bit of extra meal stock at the moment because I don't always eat all the prepared trays before I make the next batch since I always do it every 2 weeks. I have around 25 extra meals in my freezer right now. That's pretty good. Sometimes you just don't eat everything, but hey, it's in the freezer, so it's still good. Since I have extra, I was originally just gonna not meal prep at the start of next week, but instead I decided to offer to drop my friend off some of my surplus so she has something to eat. So kind, so nice. I was going to drop it off today after work, but right when I was getting off work, I was watching Snapchat stories and she posted one. She went and got a tattoo today as part of a Friday the 13th flash thing. I'm familiar with the artist who did the tat because I recognized their flash from their Instagram. I was considering going in for one, but didn't do it cuz I don't really have the extra money right now. They're all pre-priced prices and that one is 180. Ooh. I don't know why, but it kind of pissed me off because she literally just told me about how she was so broke she couldn't afford to eat. But yet she was able to pay for a tattoo. Honestly, for one person, $180 could get you quite a bit of food depending on where you're shopping. Although in this economy, who knows anymore? When I was struggling financially, I didn't get tattoos. I messaged her about it and asked about how she was able to afford a tattoo, and she basically just said, I'm always able to scrounge up cash for new tattoos. Girl, what you doing? What you doing, girl? What you doing for the tattoo that you can't do for food? I then told her that I'm not bringing her those meals because if she has enough for a new tattoo, she must not be that desperate. She freaked out on me and called me a bitch and said I was being classist and that poor people are allowed to have nice things, which I do agree with, but I feel like it doesn't apply to the situation. But now I feel like an asshole and my friend is mad at me. Am I the A? No, you're not, girl. You saw through her lies. You caught her. She was slipping. What she doing? Telling somebody she doesn't have any money to buy food? But hey, I'm gonna go put some ink in my skin that costs, almost $200. That's, sorry, that doesn't fly with most people, I would say. Not the asshole. If she's always able to scrounge up cash for new tattoos, she should be able to scrounge up cash for food too. It sounds as if she was just giving you a sob story to get something for nothing. She's just looking for free shit. That's a part of the scrounging, you see. If she could beg her friends for food, then she doesn't have to use her scrounged up cash for food and instead use it for tattoos. Yep. That was probably her food money, honestly. And her friend was like, oh, I can give you something. It's like, yes, now I could buy that tattoo for the Friday the 13th thing. And baby girl, you got caught. That's your fault. You're a little dummy. Listen, guys, don't take advantage of your friends, okay? If you want something, they say you need to be able to pay for 2 of them. I don't always do that, but that's kind of a thought. Like with tattoos, you should be able to afford 2 tattoos if you want one. Who knows? I don't know if that's something we should be striving for, but I think you should have surplus money if you want to pay for luxury items and activities, Anyway, friend is not the asshole. Friend who bought the tattoo when they said they ain't got money, big donkey butt. That was silly. Anyway, that's all the stories for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. And guess what? I have a Patreon! On this Patreon, guys. It's a joint Patreon with this channel and my gaming channel. And maybe other channels that I make in the future. They're just going to lump them all up and they all have their own tiers. So don't worry about getting content that you don't want unless you want to pay for it. There is not a 2 for 1, but a 2 for discount. But the one for this channel, there will be content where, say, I'm reading stuff. I have some Reddit stories, but I kind of just want to keep things moving along. So if I miss some time and I just have stories sitting there, I might cut them up read some stories, put those extra ones on Patreon, and then make another video that's public here on YouTube. I would like to post snippets of stuff that's free on the Patreon so that people can come in and kind of look at what's in there. That would be fun. You always gotta give people a little sneak preview of things. Don't keep things completely walled off, you know? But anyway, I do have Patreon. Go look at it. Go follow it if you have Patreon, because I do plan on posting public things, little snippets type situations. And I think that would be quite nice to see you there as well. Anyway, I hope to see you next time. Bye!